Comedy Coaching. I got it right. First
Yay! Thank you so very much, Rachel.
How are you? So good to see you.
Oh, it's excellent on these Tuesdays, isn't it?
It is.
Bright and bubbly Tuesdays.
We always talk about really cool stuff too. Like Narcissists has been something that's been so interesting. And I've been talking to people outside of here as well, going, oh, I learnt this and oh, I learnt that. So, yeah, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about that a bit more, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're definitely doing that. You know, they come in all shapes and sizes and genders.
Yes.
You know, we're finding more females.
Wow.
Really more into the narcissist side of stuff.
Is it a born condition? Are people born narcissists or are they created?
No. We all learn different things.
Yes.
And we learn, you know, some are really gentle or quiet, and they've had to become really strong.
Yeah.
And it always goes back to the childhood stuff as well.
Yeah.
But no, we learn this. You know, and we learn it from our parents as well.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, you know, again, whatever you've been taken on, will never happen. That will never happen again. So you become that. You become the bully.
Yeah.
You know, the bully becomes the bully, and then it, you know, it just goes on.
And that's a self-protective measure, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times they haven't been told, or they've been let get away with it. Spoilt child.
Okay.
It's like a spoilt child. Oh, look, just leave them alone. Just walk away. They got bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
And then they, we see the politicians.
Yeah.
You know, I'm above the law.
Yeah.
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 We see
as we've had evidence of in this city in recent years, right? Yeah.
Have a look at the movie stars.
Yeah.
You know, they're all coming up to be shown. You know, and it doesn't matter how old you are.
Yeah.
You will pay. You know, the consequences and stuff like that. The only places are the courts that actually win.
Yeah.
You know, the legal system, they've got all their wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at someone like, for example, Will Smith, who slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars this year. That's narcissistic behaviour, isn't it? Because that is just absolutely not factoring anybody else. It's just, I want to do this thing in this moment. And that's narcissistic behaviour, right?
Yeah. If you went back behind that as well, you know, he's actually slandered his wife, and there's behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's actually stood up for his wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's us. You know, when we poke the bear long enough, the bully gets, you know, I've had enough.
Yeah.
And comes out. Yeah. And the bully is the one that cops it.
Yeah.
I know it's that way. It was public. It shouldn't have been like that. You know, it's airing dirty laundry in the middle of everyone. Yeah. Which is wrong.
Yeah.
God, look at the parliaments, you know, look at that, you know. How can you teach the kids when they're screaming and yelling and slandering each other all the time, publicly as well?
Yeah.
You know, and then all of a sudden we talk about this Chris Rock. Yeah. We're seeing it in you know, the politicians. Yeah. Governments everywhere.
Well, I mean, if you just watch the, you know, the parliamentary hearings, and they're just yelling over each other, and there's no respect. There's no.
And no one's pulling them up either.
No.
There's no rules in there.
No.
So what chance have we got in our work career area?
Yeah. So some of the people in that would be narcissists from childhood, but others would have had to have been forced to become like that just to be heard.
Yeah. And if you want to keep your job, you got to do it. You know, it's like it's almost like building yourself up like a boxing match. You know, just get in there and do what you need to do. It doesn't matter how. It's just the result. Yeah. You know, whatever the result is. Have a look at some of these, you know, your bosses and stuff like that. Yeah. And they have directors over the top. They turn a blind eye a lot of times. But then again, narcissists have a silver tongue, and they have another side to them as well. Yeah. You know, and it's your word against their word. Yeah. And of course, they will always, the silver tongue is what I say about them. Yeah. And just nobody, again, the catch cry is nobody will believe you. Yeah. You know, and they think that's true. Yeah. And it's just trying to stay strong in your own self. Yeah, because as well as that whole silver tongue, they're able to charm their way out of situations. They also gaslight to make you feel like, well, maybe I'm wrong. So there's kind of that double-edged. Yeah. And see, doubt, when you start doubting yourself, that is the sword for your confidence. Yeah, all the time.
Absolutely. And I'm sure most people have been in a situation where they've had that you know, that feeling
So we
of
should
maybe
have schools.
Yeah, we should.
We should have subjects on, and how to do that, because it's a lifelong thing.
Exactly, because once you've got those narcissistic traits, it'd be very hard to get rid of them because you get what you want. So there's a payoff.
Yeah. What I've found the other side as well, that we have the narcissistic tendencies in ourselves as well. That we can we turn narcissist against ourselves.
Right.
We self-sabotage, I'm not good enough, so I'll build myself up, I'm self-starving.
Yeah.
I call it the, it's a spiritual anorexic.
Yeah.
That, we're punching ourselves up on the inside. You idiot, you should have done this, get out there and say that.
Yes.
So it's anorexic on the, that nobody can actually see. If you're an anorexic, you have this internal fight all the time. But people can see you are so skinny, but in your eyes you are so big.
Yeah.
In us, we don't want to be the narcissist.
Yeah.
So we're pulling it down all the time. Don't say that. You know what's going to happen. You're going to get punched up. You're going to be in trouble. You're going to get sacked.
Yeah.
So there's a part inside, shut up. Don't say anything. And we call that the exiled parts. And that part of us is wanting to come up, wanting to be spoken about. I've had enough. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And it's the camel that broke it. The straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, it'll take one thing to make you snap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it belongs to something years ago. You've had enough.
Yeah.
You've put it away. Just shut up. Don't say anything. Swallow it.
Yeah.
But that's still underneath. It's still wild. It's still angry. You will then see and witness other people getting, bullied or ridiculed or anything, and you'll be their coach.
Yeah.
You'll be their cheerleader.
Yeah.
Because nobody was cheerleading you. So you leave yourself alone. You're over there.
Yeah.
And what you have to try and do is, actually, this is none of my business. I really need to go back and clear this. A lot of the beautiful people pleasers, the clients and stuff like that, they're just so sweet and innocent. But when we get into the depths of it, they could kill somebody with the anger and the rage that they had. But they want to keep that down because they don't want to be a hypocrite. They hate somebody who's angry. Yeah. And I don't want to be a hypocrite, so I will contain it. I will hold it down until they get drunk.
Yeah. Or they snap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or something, just one little thing pushes them. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had enough.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, oh my God. But when you haven't looked back all the way through, it's almost like poke the bear,
Yeah.
And then eventually it's just, I call it Russian roulette. You don't know when it's going to come out.
Yeah.
But it will come out.
Yeah. Well, all right, well, stick around because when we come back, I want to talk to you more about this. And I've got some questions about how to raise kids to not be narcissists. So some lessons maybe that we could teach our kids. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Stick around. It's Rach and Bernie driving you home this afternoon on West Bremer Radio. You're back with Rach on the drive home this afternoon. You're on West Bremer Radio, streaming live online on the apps or on your smart speakers. Now, I am in the studio. Bernie Giggins and I are chatting about narcissists and how to deal with them, how to not be one, how to, have boundaries. We were talking about this before.
Yeah.
So how do we teach our kids to have these boundaries?
Okay, so teaching the kids, what I'd like to do is actually teach the adults because we are the role models.
Yep.
And we have to really do our inner work.
Yes.
So what if you have a look at the patterns of your life, but you have to say, what did you define it as? I'm powerless, I'm helpless, I have to shut up, I have to do what I'm told. And the biggest one is I'm weak.
Yeah.
So if you have that in there and you haven't cleared it or, resolved it, that's what it is, it's resolving.
Yeah.
Then you will find that actually coming up with your kids and you become the mother bear and the mother wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's too late for you. That's what your head keeps telling you. It's too late. So I've got to make sure that I save my kids and carry on. As I said, the antidote is the inner work on you. We're talking about, caring less about what other people think, say and do. That's the prison wall. Yeah. What will people think about you? What will they say about you? And it's care less about that. Expressing yourself verbally and physically. And we were just laughing before about getting a pillow with a person's face on it and punching the hell out of it.
Yes. Or those rage rooms we were talking about where you go and smash up furniture for an hour.
Yeah.
And the axe parties, throwing axes.
But the other part is expressing the emotions that you still hold. I'm still angry that I didn't say something. Yeah. I'm still, I've just got such rage. I'm so embarrassed that I didn't say such and such. And that is still sitting underneath. It's like a little volcano ready to explode.
Yeah.
And as we said before, we don't know when it's going to happen. You know, it's the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah.
And people snap. But they snap because a lifetime sometimes, you know, tracking all the way back. What happened in high school?
Yeah.
What happened, you know, in 20s or 30s or 40s? So the more that we can do that, we become a better role model for our kids. You know, let yourself talk to the kids, you know. It's okay to be weak. It's okay to speak, you know, to those sorts of things, especially guys, you know, that we've just been so hard on them. And I don't like saying male, female, but in this narcissist stuff, it doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
You're just nailed.
Yeah.
The boundaries. It's like, what's mine is mine.
Yes.
What's yours is yours.
Yeah.
And then put the fence up.
Yeah.
You know, and keep doing it. Get stronger in it, in doing that as well. The other part as well is making sure, what did you define it as at any stage in your life? What did you make it believe about yourself? Now, I've got quite a few bosses that I used to come up against. And when I was having a look at all these different things, I'm the common denominator. I was the one who was picked on all the time. I have a look at my childhood, who was a scapegoat. So it's going back and just, you know, mending that and then allowing that to come forward through. But when I say that I'm powerless, I'm helpless, I'm weak, that's sitting in the background. So when I'm about to say something, then this part goes, you know, quieten down. Don't say anything because you're going to get hit worse than what you did last time. And that part needs to be heard. You know, just having, you know, building up your confidence. And as we said, you know, narcissists have these, I'm sure that they have a little, a thing that they've been inserted. This is what you do, and this is the gaslighting, and this will set them off. And as we said, you know, narcissists, they respect each other as well.
And they know each other. They can find each other, right?
So they won't pick on each other. But what they need is the people pleasers. They need the peacekeepers. So learn not to be a pleaser. Learn not to be a peacekeeper. Learn to be your own spokesperson. And even if nobody likes you, when you are very true to your own self, your soul and yourself will actually then attract like-minded as well.
So surrounding yourself with the positive people rather than the horrible negative people.
You know, what we do is we self-inflict, we self-destroy, we self-starve, we self-sabotage, and that's the thing that's actually holding us back. We're attacking ourselves because we were not good enough, we were powerless, and it's time now to change that. And when you're actually doing that on your own self, you will see changes in your kids. You know, instead we were talking about making sure, how can we make sure that kids don't turn out to be narcissists? Allow them to have that anger come up if they choose to. You know, allow them to shout out if they need to, because it's not suppressed. It will come out in different. It's just like people bullying. You know, they poke and poke, and then the bully's had enough, and the bully then spits it. And the authorities then see the bully as the worst person. You know, these authorities I think we really need the authorities, the bosses, to actually have a really big look. What happened before that? If this person is a really quiet person, really diligent person, what made them, you know, spin out? You know? And I think, hey, karma happens.
Exactly.
These people that turn the blind eye. A lot of times as well, we don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to say anything. We don't want to get involved.
We don't upset anybody.
Again, it's sort of like, no, this is what I saw, but don't stand in front and take the bullet. That's what I used to do. I would stand in front of the person and I would speak for them. And then I learnt they didn't need it. They walked away. They had a great time. I was the one that took it all on. So what am I inflicting? You know, the stress, the stress load. It's like, so how can I help them in a different way? And that's our kids. The more I can work with that, actually, it's not I'll support you, but I don't have to take the bullet for you. Same as our kids. I can get I'm allowed to get angry. The anger can come out, finish. The person is like shocked.
Yeah.
They move away.
Yeah.
Or they apologise. Look, I'm really sorry. I didn't realise I upset you.
Yep.
But
and they have a new respect for you in a lot of cases, don't they? When you do arc up and say, no more, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our body is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
You and I have a day off.
Yeah.
We don't do anything. Our body is just really appreciating it. And then after, for the rest of the week, the body's going, oh my God, this is really great.
Yeah.
I've had a rest, I've had a relaxation. I've actually been able to release that.
Yes.
Let it go.
Yeah, and that's really important. And I think that's a really good point about, let the kids be angry if they're angry. We were told so often as kids, no, that's not polite.
Yes.
Be nice. Doesn't matter how you feel, you've got to make other people feel happy. And that's really a lesson that I think a lot of us were taught.
So anybody like that, you watch, you're the one who is in the narcissistic relationships.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much, Mum, Dad, ancestors.
For telling us that we have to be nice. Yeah.
From today, we are changing that. We're not going to be nice people.
Yeah.
We are standing up for our own self.
Yeah.
And our children, and making a different stand everywhere.
And just not taking it anymore. And if worst comes to worst, go and find a rage room or a pillow with someone's face on it and beat it. Thank you, Bernie. It's been lovely as always. Let's do it again next week, hey, babe?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Have
Bye,
a great
everyone.
week. It's Rach on your drive home on Westboro Radio.